Well, the smell of the food trucks now thickening here at Cedar Beach Park, and the crowd gathering around court number 1 to see two of the Catholic schools in the area, Notre Dame and Central Catholic, as we welcome you back to the Atownthrowdown. This, the boys in the pool play action, and both looking to advance to the single elimination tournament. Tracy Sear, Mike Zambelli, as our day moves on, Tracy, and with the sun going down, a lot more comfortable, and we've got quite a house here tonight.
We do. I mean, it's a packed house, ready to see the Holy War take place tonight, and hopefully it'll be a competitive game like the last.
Big opportunity. You coached at Notre Dame. Whenever the girls, whenever you had a chance to go against East Penn Conference, that's a big opportunity.
It is. Hopefully they can run with them.
We'll see what happens. We're getting ready to get it underway. Michael Pina, Kyle Hutnick, our two-man officiating crew, and the Notre Dame had the possession, but it's going to be awarded to Central Catholic. I don't believe the ball was tipped. Starting lineups for Notre Dame and head coach Pat Boyle. His son Colin Boyle, Jordan Smith, Cameron Bond, Chase Marks, and Zach Rogers, number 30. For Dennis Census, Kevin Keeler has been handling the duties during the summer months. He's also over there. David Friday, Anthony Jones, Cole Cook, Jareel Vigo, and Griffin Patridge, a multi-sport star for the Vikings. So here's Notre Dame setting up offensively. Boyle wears number 0. First shot of the game is off the mark. Friday retrieves the rebound. Vikings having a good summer. That's a block defensively. Vikings are having a good summer. Won the Bash at the Beach a couple of weeks ago and trying to repeat as a tournament champion. They got knocked out in I believe it was the semifinals of the Summer League here in Allentown. Summer League was actually held indoors up at Whitehall High School. Again, Glenn Klein doing a terrific job running those summer events, keeping these guys active all summer long. First look at the Viking offense.
Yeah, Notre Dame playing man-to-man, really pressing out. A little bit outsized, player for player across the board, but Notre Dame always plays with a lot of heart.
Boyle's brother Brendan, now Graw, what a beautiful pass. Oh, it didn't get much prettier than that. Looking backdoor, and Notre Dame has the first points of the contest, courtesy Zach Rogers.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful pass, like you said. Colin Boyle making it look easy, just like his brother used to do.
Brendan now at Kutztown, joining the Golden Bears as we get a quick timeout, I believe. Central Catholic's back out on the court already. Look at this. This is, oh.
Beautiful. It was such a great dish.
Petey Carrill would be proud. Even Doug Snyder, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure Doug's run a few of those in his career playing for the Hall of Fame head coach. Been quite a day today, hasn't it?
It's been amazing. I mean, the turnout, the number of fans that have come out to support not just the teams and the players themselves, but there's been, tremendous support across the board, and really everything's been running pretty smoothly. I mean, our court got a little bit behind because it was such an intense game and a lot of timeouts and two games ago, but here we are, and hoping for another great game down the wire.
Well, this figures to be Vikings, and this time a block on Notre Dame, and Pat Boyle was hoping to see that call go the other way. That's twice a Notre Dame player has had the courage to step in there and try and take a charge.
Yeah, Notre Dame's really looking to sag off and help and stop penetration, because that's what Central likes to do, get to the rim, but both times they've attempted, they've got called for the foul.
I don't know, Tracy. That's not something that happens in the summer tournaments, is it? Stepping in to take charges?
Hey, he does when you play for Notre Dame.
There's David Friday off the dribble. Good box out. And rebound for Notre Dame. Of course, the Crusaders, one of the premier teams out of the Colonial League, and a challenger for district championships in the lower levels just about every year. Pat Boyle is a graduate of Allentown Central Catholic. He played on a team that finished runner-up. He was running mate to All-American Billy McCaffrey and a runner-up year in the state tournament. Well, and make no mistake about it, the energy level running high between these two. They both know they're part of the same diocese here in the city of Allentown, and bragging rights certainly on the line.
Definitely. And both coaches are very competitive, so I'm sure that adds to it. The nightlife.
Anthony Jones handling offensively. Patridge wheels it around far side. Good energy by both teams. Not a lot of points to show. Just Zach Roberts, 2. Jones, 3 is off the mark. Anthony's going to be a senior coming up for the Vikings.
I know these two teams met up about a month ago in the Summer League, and Notre Dame came down to the wire. Notre Dame was able to pull out the win.
Jordan Smith. Boyle off the dribble. I don't know, is it me or these rims look to be a little tougher this year? Every game so far has been low scoring. That's Boyle. That's going to count in a foul for the Crusaders. And a 4-0 advantage.
Hey, a couple players are slipping on this court surface tonight. I mean, we haven't seen that really, all day. But a couple of them have been losing their tread. Boyle really took a hit to the head there.
He really did. Free throw shooting's been an adventure all day. He found a kind rim. 5-0 lead to start the game for Notre Dame.
Here comes the pressure.
Vikings settling for long-range jump shots. Off the mark once again on a 3.
Rogers, number 30 for Notre Dame, has been doing a lot of the scoring for their team this summer.
He's got a little history with Griffin Patridge as well, too, doesn't he?
He sure does. Griffin, number 22 for Central Catholic, they are neighbors, and they tend to go head-to-head, as kids growing up, and they're good friends, and, they're out there guarding each other a little bit.
Well, kudos to the tournament guys for getting them in the same pool and allowing this opportunity for those two to compete against one another. Patridge coming up on his senior year, a member of the football program, basketball, he's the catcher on the baseball team. He's a rare 3-sport athlete and a darn good one in all 3 of them. Vikings remain scoreless here to start. That is Rogers trying to turn the corner. Bond and a good feed backdoor.
Yeah, it was a nice backdoor again, low baseline cut. Able to get open, and a great feed. I mean, Notre Dame guards do a great job of getting the ball to their teammates right when they're open.
7-0, make it 9-0 Notre Dame.
Full court pressure again, man-to-man.
Nearly forced another turnover, and they did. That may have been a double dribble there.
I agree.
And there's Friday getting back defensively. Vikings have been unable to match the intensity that Notre Dame has started this game. That's going to count in a foul, ring them up.
And Notre Dame's been coming out with that full court press. It's kind of like a turn and jump defense. They're looking to double force you to get rid of the ball. Come up and get in the steals. Pressure's causing a lot of turnovers. More importantly, Notre Dame's taking advantage of the turnovers and converting on the offensive end.
It's Chase Marks on the bucket.
Who would have thunk? 11-0.
Surprised
right?
here a little bit? Yeah, that's my first question to you.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Well, Pat Boyle has instilled into that program a real winner's mentality. And you had great success over there as the head coach of the girls basketball team in your day. And you know that winning basketball is part of the tradition, whether it be the guys or the girls. Josh Kopp now is doing a tremendous job with that girls program, and it is just one of the marquee, whether it's boys or girls, basketball is big at Notre Dame Green Pond.
Yeah, and you know what? It's all about the team. As you can see, they're playing great team basketball and the intensity and the fundamentals. They're doing the little things right, but again, it's about that heart that we talked about defensively that you can, play day in and day out. Even when your shots aren't falling, you can play the defense.
Pat Boyle, his son, of course, that outstanding career, will be entering his first year at Kutztown University. He suffered that hand injury, which certainly hampered their abilities, and down the stretch, it certainly wasn't the way you thought it would end, but there was a real competitor there I mentioned, and I'm sure you remember the days he was a running mate to the great Billy McCaffrey. What a great run they had at Central Catholic High School, going against his alma mater here.
Notre Dame's just finishing. I mean, they're finishing their layups, they're finishing the foul line. And here's that pressure again, full court man-to-man.
And the Vikings are not dealing with it very well. Even out of the timeout, Marks has 2 more. And Notre Dame is threatening to blow this one open early. 14-0 run to start this basketball game.
Again, it's that pressure defense. They're really forcing off-balance shots. And one and done. They're not giving them second attempts.
Rogers trying to save the possession. I believe he did.
Great hustle. What effort. You don't see many kids diving for, to save a ball from going out of bounds on a macadam surface.
Not in the summertime. A few more perhaps in the wintertime. Bond.
I think that's going to be a foul on Central, running through the screen.
Yeah, not much going the Vikings' way here. That foul was on Alistair Stewart-Smith, a senior to be for the Vikings.
Again, Notre Dame doing a great job with the ball movement, moving without the ball.
Three-pointer rattles out on Colin Boyle.
10 minutes,
Great for the Vikings. Again, the Vikings aren't even getting shots offensively.
I mean, it's the turnovers and just the great hands defensively for Notre Dame.
6 turnovers have led to 9 Notre Dame points in this basketball game. The Vikings are really disoriented even when they do set up offensively. Patridge deals inside.
Notre Dame again.
Double team once again.
Yeah, they're not giving him any easy shots, any opportunities. As soon as somebody gets the ball, they're doubling down.
Impressive to watch. The Crusaders taking it to the Vikings right now. 14-0 to start this game. Boy, we have seen games like this all day, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been awesome. At Awesome Fest.
Going to sign you up on Tume Anderson. Good look for Rogers, and he is spot on. 3-pointer for Rogers. I have him for 7. 7 of their 17. Vikings remain scoreless. Notre Dame not giving them any second opportunities.
No, they're boxing out, getting the rebounds, and really pushing the ball down. Again, they're spread the floor here at Notre Dame. Just keep working it, wait for that backdoor cut.
Yeah, at some point, and I know we have time in this game, at some point the lead becomes insurmountable. It's now 17.
Sometimes when they get the lid off that basket, it's, once they get one, they might start to mount their comeback. But right now, Notre Dame is totally dominating this game, taking full control.
Vikings a couple of years removed from a state championship in 2021. Lost to Becca in the District 11 semis a year ago and finally get their first bucket of the game. It belongs to David Friday.
Again, Notre Dame's been doing an outstanding job of handling the pressure and getting to the rim and finishing. Especially off those turnovers. I mean, 9 points off a turnover.
It's been the Vikings that have been shaky handling the basketball.
Catholic trying to match the intensity here with their man defense.
Yeah, they've made the Vikings work too, and now when you're down 15 and looking at more, Zach Rogers with a heat check and letting them know it's a 3. He's got 10. 10 of their first 20 and an 18-point lead for Notre Dame. that fight for a rebound. What a good job there by Jordan Smith to dig it out.
Beautiful lead pass down the floor.
Chase Marks trying to relocate. Rogers got another.
Great hustle.
Shot a little quicker than perhaps the other two.
Jordan Smith getting his hand on that, tipping it out. Colin Boyle. But like I said, Rogers is doing a lot of the scoring this summer for the Notre Dame team. And
Cool now, just a touch. Friday looking to go coast to coast, and it doesn't quite get there. Possession arrow will stay with the Vikings. They are down 20-2. 5 and change to go here in the first half.
unbelievable.
That's why they play the games, huh?
That's it. Central out of bounds play here.
Friday with a good look inside, but that's contested.
Rogers got his hands on that.
Rogers again dueling inside.
Good luck.
The Vikings right now showing a little bit of frustration.
Good hustle here. Again, it's 20-2. You know, you wouldn't believe it if you weren't watching it right now. They're coming out the way they did. Notre Dame on fire, creating a lot of turnovers, creating a lot of chaos.
This pool number 11, Vikings along with Hempfield, Hatboro, Horsham, of course Notre Dame. Rogers forced off the mark. Missed his last three. Got 10 and a half. Friday swoops through the air. He's got both their field goals. Well, we got 4 and change, Tracy. I would think a realistic goal for Central is trying to get it to single digits.
Definitely.
But the way this first half has gone, that does not appear to be an easy challenge.
And now Bond's going to go to the line, 1-1.
Bond looking for his first points. But boy, has he been a contributor. He's one of the guys responsible for the aggressive defense they have played. Like myself, he does have a pair. Unable to convert. But there's Colin Boyle with his steal. And Bond, Notre Dame has controlled the tempo of this game right from the start. They have not allowed the Vikings to get on any kind of a roll at any point. There's Friday with a rejection inside. His second block of the game.
That was nice timing. Good defensive play. Let him get under, hit it from behind. You can see it's a great move. He waits for it.
Now Friday has that basketball kind of body. I mean, he's all arms and legs. We don't have heights on him, but he's got to be about 6'7", 6'8".
He got a second attempt there, able to finish.
One of few.
Yep.
A rare mistake by Notre Dame defensively.
Good backdoor cut, but again, good handle the pass initially. Rogers going to get called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, Vikings need more of this kind of effort. Stepping in here was Hensley. Attridge just announced 2 minutes. And again, it's one and done for the Vikings. They've attempted 4 3-pointers and have yet to convert one.
He just got a technical on top of it.
Well, you could see it earlier. I mean, there's frustration amongst the players. And now it filters in over to the staff over there, over on the bench. Dennis Census, who also serves as the athletic director. Kevin Keeler's over there. But
yeah, they called a hand check on Shakir Angley, and then react it, and now he gave him a technical too. So
Vikings are out of timeouts. And that's understandable. You're down 22-6. You do everything you can.
Try to stop the bleeding. Try to get something. But now, Notre Dame's going to come out of this timeout and get some technicals and foul shots.
Possession of the basketball as well.
Yep.
I mean, this is going to almost make it impossible for Central Catholic to get it to a single-digit game at intermission.
Yeah, because, clock's winding down here in minute 40.
Yeah, this is going to be like at the Allentown Fair for Colin Boyle. Looks very comfortable right there. Coach's son, I'm sure he's attempted his fair share of free throws. Now it'll be Cameron Bond's turn.
Rogers.
Or, excuse me, Rogers, thank you.
They all have zeros in their numbers.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's been a long day. Yeah, Rogers was one there. He hit those back-to-back threes. He looked like he wasn't going to miss for the rest of the night.
Well, defense makes your legs tired,
Doesn't it, though? Well, Notre Dame left a few there. They only get one out of the free throws, 4 attempts overall. But they do get possession of the basketball, and if somehow Central can get out of this whole scenario, giving up just the 1 point, that'd be a victory for them.
Again, it's a 17-point game. Coming down on a minute here left. Central's really needs to try to get possession here, and we're hitting a couple threes to get back in this game.
Looks like Notre Dame is, trying to work a little clock here, which in my mind is a good ploy.
25 seconds.
Now they're going to turn it over. Under a minute to go, and a chance here for Central Catholic offensively.
Yeah, Notre Dame just trying to kill the clock a little bit, but also work for a good shot. They don't want to force something. Want to make sure we're getting good shots off.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
3-pointers on the mark for Friday.
That's just what the doctor ordered. They need a couple of those to get them back in the game.
He's got 7 of their 9 points. Time winding down, approaching 10 seconds. I like the ball in Rogers' hands. Boyle turns the corner. Takeaway for the Vikings. The desperation heave is off the mark. A real surprise in the Atownthrowdown. Notre Dame with a 23-9 lead over Central Catholic. Don't adjust your screen. That reads correctly. 23-9, Notre Dame in front here. Let's quickly dial up some first half highlights. Tracy, it's been all Notre Dame.
Yeah, beautiful dime he dropped there by Boyle to Rogers for a backdoor cut. Another backdoor cut by Rogers. Again, finishing on their shots in the paint. Defensively here, coming up with turn and jump defense. And again, finishing strong at the basket.
Chase Marks on the bucket there, and really the only offense has been David Friday. He's got 7 of their 9.
Yeah, Friday I'm pulling up and hitting the 3 here. Keeping him in the game a little bit.
Going to need to get somebody else involved. 10 for Rogers, Marks, Boyle, and Bond. Friday and Patridge all chipping in. You would think Central Catholic needs to get somebody going offensively other than David Friday.
Definitely. I think they need to start trying to take advantage of getting the ball to the rim, open up their outside game. They haven't been able to hit threes from the outside. There you go. And as I say that,
That's Griffin Patridge knocking down the 3. So question for you, Coach. You've been in these summer league environments as a coach and a player. What's the message in that Central Catholic bench? I mean, you've gotten embarrassed by a Colonial League team here in the first half. There's no other way to put it.
well, your message is, hey, there's a second half. Let's come out 2x2, 3x3, chip away at this lead. We have 18 minutes now to come back. I mean, coming out and hitting a 3 like that, boom. Now it's an 11-point game.
Well, certainly doable. There you see the time, and again, it is 18-minute running halves. Well, you mentioned the name Notre Dame, and you think of Pat Boyle. There are many thought, Tracy, that he may have moved on to another opportunity in his coaching career, but the Central Catholic Viking found a home over there in Notre Dame, and I know you can understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're comfortable. I mean, Pat's been there longer than I was, actually. I was only there 11 years, but, I mean, he has been there. He came in, I think it was like in the 90s, 95, 96, in the middle of my tenure, and he has, continued to stay. But you're comfortable. You have your program.
Sure.
You have your feeder system. You have your camps. You have everything going for you the way you want. He was working there at one point before he started selling insurance, so he was doing development and things, so he's really, engrossed in the Notre Dame community.
There's a block. Jones coming from nowhere to deny. I mean, it takes more than offense right now for the Vikings. They need stops. Boyle. All right, that's some terrific basketball. Good movement without the ball. Good recognition by the ball handler, and the Vikings forced to commit a foul.
And being able to take the hit there, on this nice backdoor cut and able to get the shot off. Notre Dame has a bunch of shooters, and they convert on the foul line, which, like in the Allen girls game this morning, they weren't able to do.
And I was going to say, I mean, you mentioned that earlier. If Notre Dame makes their free throws the rest of this game, this could be their game to win. That's a good start, certainly for Bond here in this second half. The other thing going to be tested for Central Catholic here is their patience, their poise. Because I don't expect Notre Dame, and that's exactly, I just said it. Their patience, their poise, and that's a non-basketball play there and a foul on Anthony Jones.
Yeah, Braum got right up close to him, and in frustration, he pushed him off.
Right as I got it out of my mouth. I mean, you could just see it that the Vikings haven't settled into this aggressive play that Notre Dame has hit them. They're trying to extend their defense right now. And again, going backdoor, Friday over there for another block. He has 3 in the game.
But Notre Dame is really running these backdoor cuts so nicely, finding each other.
Jones nearly turned it over. And this Notre Dame defense has made life uncomfortable for Central Catholic at the offensive end.
Yeah, they're doing an outstanding job of stepping up the passing lanes, communicating. There was a nice cut right there, backdoor.
Friday doesn't get the roll, but cleaning it up was number 12. That's Cole Cook. He becomes the 3rd scorer in the game for Central Catholic.
That was a nice play Central ran. They had a nice backdoor cut instead of back pick. Able to get Friday open.
Trying to save the possession, couldn't do it. Vikings now have ratcheted it up a little bit defensively and forced a turnover. An opportunity to get the game into single digits. But notice that clock continuing to run. It's not 14 minutes and change like it is during the regular season. Clock runs 18-minute halves till you get to under 2 minutes.
And again, Central doing a much better job maintaining possession and handling the pressure against this defense.
They've got better spacing as well. It looks like they've gotten Notre Dame to cover more ground.
Yep. And again, back pick that they ran last time.
That's a nice catch, but no finish to go along with it for Jarrell Vigo. Vigo, 25 points in an earlier win in this tournament. He has been held scoreless to this point in the game.
Well, it's, here comes a little bit of 2-2-1 full court pressure by Central Catholic. Notre Dame handling it well.
Rogers. Leaner from the far corner. Rebound poked into the hands of Friday. Vikings are starting to get the necessary stops. Even Friday solos for his first field goal of the half, and we've got a 9-point game.
Yep, there you have it. Here's your single digits.
Rogers forced to relocate.
Notre Dame going a little cold here, not making their layups they were making in the first half. And they're outside Jays.
Well, the Vikings are doing a better job defensively, and there's the result of it. Ball poked free. Look at fighting his way through it. It's Cole Cook. Couple of field goals for him. And the Crusaders are going to play on. 7-point game. And the Crusaders are able to answer as Jordan Smith has his first bucket of the evening.
Notre Dame really needed that bucket.
That was their first field goal of the half. They had 2 free throws previous. Oh, what a three-nighter. That's Jarrell Vigo. That's his first bucket of the night. And here come the Vikings. 6-point game.
That was a sweet move. Broke a couple ankles there on that.
I know the faithful over here, but Rogers backs home another 3.
Well, the best time to hit a 3 is after someone on the other end did.
Shootout is on. We're back to 9.
Crowd getting into the game.
Attridge turns the corner. That's Jones from the far corner. Off the mark and the rebound to Chase Marks.
Head out by Central Catholic. Will remain Notre Dame ball. And again, Central still in full court pressure here. Man-to-man now instead of the zone press that they were showing earlier.
Rogers has some help back the other way. Bond. And now into the hands of Smith. Rogers, that's a pretty move. This young man is having quite a ball game. He's got 15 of their 32 points.
Yeah, that was beautiful penetration. And then he just did a little bit of spin, pull back.
Don't know if that's an unstoppable shot, Tracy. That ability to break a guy down, dip into the paint, and then to be able to pull back and create separation.
Yeah, it was really, really nice play. Here it is that you see. Penetrate, step back. Just enough space to get over that shot. I bet those two have gone out that and played that in their backyard many times.
Absolutely. Friday misfires from the free throw line. David's coming up on his junior year. Those are the first free throw attempts for the Vikings. And that, you can understand that live, but Notre Dame's been the aggressor in this game.
Yes, they have. And that's what, like I said, coming out of this halftime, that Central Catholic has to be more aggressive and get to the rim, get to the line, try to score some points. And then, hopefully open up the outside game and hit another couple threes to get back into this game.
Friday misfires on a pair of free throws. They can ill afford too many empty trips. Under 10 to go here in the second half. Friday clears the miss off the right hand of Jordan Smith.
And Notre Dame getting one and done now.
Atmosphere about 4 deep around court number 1 here at Cedar Beach Park.
It's a great crowd. Night is nice and cool now. It's cooling down from this afternoon when we were baking underneath the sun here.
Somehow I think both you and I were enjoying it.
But again, here's Central Catholic able to get to the foul line. The only problem with foul shots in this tournament is the clock still runs.
Vigo to the free throw line has just the 3-point field goal that he scored a moment ago. Starter throughout most of the year as a freshman last year for the Vikings.
I mean, this has taken almost a,
I could get you a job, for teaching free throw shooting after watching today, huh?
about it. But if you look at this, it's taken, 40 seconds off the clock.
Absolutely. Gets 1 out of 2.
And when you're coaching in games like this, you normally take a timeout and then come out and shoot the foul shots, but he doesn't have any timeouts left in order to stop the clock.
8 minutes of a running clock. And if it gets under 2 minutes, it's a double-digit lead. The clock will continue to run, correct?
Yep.
Teeters on the rim and just off the mark. And the stop for the Vikings.
There's Friday again, ripping down the rebound, using his size to create chaos under the basket there for Notre Dame.
We've got one more to come yet tonight. Parkland and nationally ranked Camden. Well off the mark for a Vikings and an empty possession. Remains a 10-point Crusader advantage, led by as many as 18 in the opening half.
Yeah, I mean, they came out guns a-blazing.
7 minutes, one.
Well, we asked the question, Tracy, at what point does that start become insurmountable? I still don't have the answer to that. Is Vigo's going to score plus a foul?
Sub-pit one.
Again, unselfish play, pushing the ball up the court, hitting the open player, able to get to the rim and take the hit and still finish the play.
But again, as we go to the line, look at that precious time ticking off the clock.
Yep.
Hot Boyle getting a couple of subs in there. You have to wonder if
Yeah,
he's not
you do.
trying to extend this trip to the free throw line. Vigo unable to complete the 3-point play. They're within 8.
Nice
Rogers.
go.
A little two-man deal that's going to count in a foul on a second opportunity.
Boyle does a nice job of following up his missed shot there, keeping the ball up high and going right back up with it off the glass.
Boyle, who was the guy at the right spot.
Nobody checked him out. He was able to follow his shot immediately and put it in.
We get a lane violation?
I think the shooter was in too soon. I think that's what they called. So it's just automatic possession, Central Catholic.
Back to a 10-point lead.
Here's Friday with the ball.
I'm certainly in favor of Notre Dame. There is Vigo, who brings the crowd to their feet.
Broke his ankles again. Crowd's enjoying that. Knee crossover. That's an Allen Iverson-like crossover that he's got.
Ball can ill afford to trade baskets now at this point in the game. Under 5 minutes to go. Boyle turns the corner, nearly turned it over, retrieved by the Crusaders. Mid-range jump shot. Good hustle by Boyle, but it is the Vikings and Patridge who is there. Opportunity to cut into an 8-point deficit. 3 off the mark.
All that on Friday, coming up the back.
Jones reporting back in.
There it is. Nice crossover.
Out of bounds, out of bounds.
And strong finish at the
Are you
rim.
going to hit me with the Euro step too there? It's a
The Euro.
travel.
2 minutes, court 1.
3 minutes to go now. Vikings have never led. Fell behind by 18. Three-pointer, and that's a dagger. Cameron
huge.
Bond with a bomb to get it back to double figures.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Notre Dame was going to, try to use the clock a little bit more, make a couple extra passes, but he got that wide open three, and he made them pay.
You know, the one thing, Tracy, I've always loved about Pat Boyle and his Crusaders, when they got the lead to 18, they tried to make it 21.
Yeah.
He didn't hold them back. They have always been on the attack, high energy, and they're going to continue to pull the string, and Boyle knocks down another pair, and that could be the bucket to put it out of reach for the Vikings.
Yeah, this clock keeps ticking away, and with the score the way it is, it's going to continue to run
1-1.
all the way down to 3 minutes, all the way down to 0. So
1-1. 3 minutes.
again, going to the foul line. It'll take another 30, 40 seconds off the clock.
And precious time ticking off that clock. He go to the line. He scored all of his points here in the second half. Notre Dame, both of our memories slipping a little bit, but had a big regular season win over the Allen Canaries. We believe it to be 2 years ago. That COVID-19 pandemic knocked everybody off balance, right? But bottom line is able to go in and beat a program like Allen that had a Nate Ellis and had some pretty dynamic players on that roster. Of course, Brendan Boyle had a pretty good career here at Notre Dame, graduating as the school's all-time leading scorer.
For the boys.
Correct.
And I think he would have
You
broke.
won't let us forget about Julia Amato, will you?
No, I think he would have broke her record actually had
Without-
he not gotten
right,
hurt. I
right.
really think he had a good chance at it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, what a great talent he was. And you think about not only not getting hurt, but not having that COVID year.
Correct.
Where they played
Correct.
that shortened season. And I know Pat Boyle did it what he could to get as many games in that season. That most teams didn't play as many games, but he still didn't play a full schedule.
Correct. Correct.
But it's a testament to his abilities. I mean, what a talent.
And with a double-digit lead here under 2 minutes, look at the precious time ticking off that clock.
One minute.
Crusaders looking to go wire to wire here, and they earned it. Set the tone early in this game and never stop.
And again, foul shooting, really key element in these games. And I know it's hard shooting outside, but I got to tell you, there's no breeze tonight. It was breeze this
it's
afternoon.
It's as good as it's going to get. Lighting might leave a little bit to be desired, but who needs light? Lights to shoot a basketball, right?
Yeah.
Now Notre Dame going into a delay.
20 seconds.
Just using that clock. It's going to continue to run.
15 seconds.
Mentioned it last year when the executive education knocked off Becca girls in this tournament and said it was just the summertime. But what a big win for that program. And I know it's just the summertime. This is a huge win for Notre Dame and their program and their faithful fans. Pat Boyle knocking off his alma mater, going wire to wire to do it. 39-26.
Yeah, they came out they came out with intensity, forcing a lot of turnovers, really trying to create as much as, chaos as they could, able to convert off those turnovers and build that lead and able to maintain it.
Ken Termini was just standing to the left of you over there, one of the coaches in the Colonial League. What's going through their mind now when you see Notre Dame win a basketball game like this in the summer?
Well, in the last few years, Notre Dame Palmerton has been such a big rivalry.
Yeah.
And, you know, Palmerton has been playing tremendous. They won 2 games in this tournament. I didn't see if they lost to Reading, but I think they were down when I didn't see the ending, but they were down when I was watching the game. He's out here, and I think he's rooting for Notre Dame to win.
Absolutely. That's the way the coaching fraternity is. Huge win for Notre Dame. Green Pond, they knock off Central Catholic 39-26. Tracy Sear, thank you so much for a great day and your work over the last couple. I'll look forward to seeing you for semifinals and finals in the girls varsity. One more to go. It'll be Parkland and Camden for Tracy Sear and all of us here at the Service Electric Network. If you're watching us live on a Saturday night, stay with us. More Atownthrowdown to come.